Oh, and here we go. Who commented? Thank you for
Yeah,
whoever.
that was Brittany.
Okay. That's hilarious. Well, we can edit out the first half and just start over. So let's just do that. Let's just do
Yeah.
that. Welcome to Wise Beyond Bitcoin, where you come for education, opportunities, analysis, and opportunities in crypto and blockchain. And it's even better when you can hear us talking. So with our audio fixed, we're going to get right on it. My name is Lucas.
My name is Ryan.
I'm Jacob.
And we do look forward to these Monday live streams. We've got a lot of awesome content, market updates. In fact, let's just get right to it. Let's start with what is going on in the big talk of the town, and that's Bitcoin pushing its all-time highs amidst some pretty big news. Ryan, what do you think is the cause of that?
Well, I mean, the ETF story is the big one, right? It's launching tomorrow. That's what we found out. And it's the ProShares ETF on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. So that's really driving a lot of enthusiasm and the bullish sentiment. And the question is this one of those buy the rumor, sell the news moments, or is it going to be sustainable? Time will tell.
And on this note, I wanted to give a shout out because we did just post a video on this news that's coming out, and it's a lot of people are talking about this. This is the big news around Bitcoin this week. The CME Futures, the ETF. Well, one of our followers, supporters, Gentle Cow, said, hey, look, you guys, it's not just bullish news. There's bearish news because these Bitcoin contracts are not being settled in Bitcoin. And he's absolutely right that when you get involved with derivatives and paper trading, especially when the contracts are all in US dollars, that it does not exert a lot of buying pressure on Bitcoin. So in that sense, this could be seen on the backdrop as being bearish news because now you've got a lot of money that can pressure the prices of Bitcoin without being involved in purchasing it, which we've seen in gold and silver and commodity markets for a long time. So that's a very astute observation by Gentle Cow, and we definitely agree with that aspect. The point that I would like to make about this, and I think this resonates with you, Ryan, is that most people who open YouTube or hear the news and find out that there's a new Bitcoin futures being approved by the U.S. Security Exchange Commissions and yada yada. Most people, they don't have a ProShares account and a Grayscale account with which they say, oh, great, now I would like to buy this. Most people are just hearing it as more acceptance. It seems that there are more people who would take bullish news like this and eventually who are teetering on the edge. Now I'm ready to purchase Bitcoin. Now I'm ready to expose myself with a little crypto. And for me, knowing how little of the world still understands and is engaged and involved, I feel like beyond that paper trading aspect, which can push prices down, it can also radically push prices up in that same manner. And it's definitely going to reach a lot of people. The other point that I'd like to make about this that makes cryptocurrency unique to all the other commodities is that if you become an educated investor, which I think most people in the ProShares Grayscale community may be, that there's a huge value to holding the actual crypto asset that you get that you don't have in gold and silver. You don't benefit from just holding on to a real bar of gold. In fact, you can actually makes it more difficult because then you got to turn around and sell it for a premium if you want to realize the gains from that hedge.
And the storage costs too.
Right. And so with crypto, there's no storage costs. It's no extra burden. And just by holding it yourself, we're going to get to this later, but there's NFTs, there's airdrops, there's real value, real money to earn just by supporting the community and being a member. So
and you can't access that. That's the point. Is you're not going to access any of those benefits through a derivative contract or through a futures contract or an ETF.
No.
It's only by actually having the custody of the token or coin or whatever it is that you can participate and get those benefits.
And I'm sure more ambassadors.
As the saying goes, not your keys, not your crypto.
Exactly. And a lot of I call them companies for lack of a better term. A lot of platforms are telling you straight up, if you don't hold the keys, you're not getting the airdrop. They tell you straight out, if you're on a centralized exchange where it's not your keys, then you will not benefit. You have to take it off of the exchange and partake in supporting the community yourself. So that's my note. Other than that, you have some good metrics on this article.
Yeah. So yeah, this is an article talking about all of the open interest in Bitcoin futures that is lined up on the CME. And so let's explain what that means. The dollar value of open interest is the metric we're looking at, and that refers to the number of futures contracts that are traded but not liquidated with an offsetting position. and that value, the value of that metric stands at $3.64 billion as of Friday, which is doubled. It's the doubling in the month for the month, which is showing that there's a lot of interest, institutional interest, sitting there on the, just taking a position in Bitcoin. Very bullish.
Yeah, bullish, rallying it up to its all-time highs. And of course, all the alts have taken a step back, especially Hex with a 22% dump. Now, that being said, Hex has been one of the best performing digital assets in the last couple of years. So when people see down 22% in a day, if you're watching these things week after week and month after month, you're looking at tokens and coins that grow a few thousand % over the months and years. So
it has to be put into context, right?
Definitely put it in context. That being said, we are seeing a pretty big correction among the alts. And with all this news, Bitcoin really is taking the lead. And it's going to be interesting to see as we're kind of tapping on the door of the all-time high, which is just over 62,000. I think we're right there. I don't remember the exact number, but it feels like we are pushing.
From what I can tell on Nomics, the all-time high would have been 63,661.
All right, there you go.
That was back in April.
There you go. So we're about 1,000 away. Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, we're getting close on the news. We'll see how this unfolds. What's supposed to come out today? Did it come out already, or is it supposed to come out today?
Tomorrow. Launches tomorrow.
Yep. All right.
Yep. So
well, we will see what happens. If it crashes down, you know what that means. Not financial advice, but scoop it up. I would. Do
the Warren Buffett. Buy the dip.
Buy the dip. All right. Let's see.
Well, let's talk about some. Let's get into our articles. I know we could. Yeah. We covered the CME one. Let's go into some
bearish news.
The only bearish kind of not so great news we have is this one about New York. So the Attorney General is directing 2 crypto platforms to cease their activities, and this is about them being an unregistered security. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward. They're not naming the 2 platforms as of yet, but there were some press releases that came out earlier, and they did not have the companies redacted. So the early press releases seem to suggest that Celsius and Nexo are the 2 platforms that are being targeted, but that's rumor. That's not confirmed. So we will see what's going on there. But yeah, the New York Attorney General's, kind of pulling the rug out from under these 2 platforms, and for a kind of reasoning that we've seen discussed a lot about whether or not these protocols can be classified as securities or not, and if they are, then they have to be registered, and yada yada yada, where that goes.
It is interesting how certain blockchain exchanges or these certain new products are being fit and labeled as securities so that they can be found in violation, when really a lot of this technology is really just it's all brand new. It's brand new stuff. They're brand new products. And I think it'll be interesting right now because look at this. In an email, Nexo said, "We do not offer earn product and exchange in New York, and we block user-based internet address locations." So what does that tell you right now? If you're a New York citizen, if you are in New York, you living in the free, liberated, metropolitan, cosmopolitan, international hub of New York City, New York, all that great, beautiful stuff, you don't have access to this. You would, if you were in Zimbabwe, you would. If you were in a banana, you would. You would in Mexico, but no, in New York, you don't have access. So at some point, it's going to take the people in the states and the cities writing letters and kind of demanding from their representatives
some pushback
on
why are we New Yorkers being made second-class citizens?
Why are we being made second-class citizens so that you can earn a buck off these people? It's like, we don't want y'all to get involved. We're going to sue them or violate them and fine them. It's like they're going to make millions on something. Meanwhile, everyone's missing out. And it's like that with more than Nexo. There's a lot of other crypto projects that have said, you know what, the United States, New York, this state, that state, we're not even going to deal with it because we don't want to deal with you guys. So it's
that reminds me of that the situation internationally, like where a lot of U.S. citizens have a hard time opening bank accounts worldwide because banks that are outside the U.S. jurisdiction, they don't want to have U.S. citizens as account holders because it opens them up to all this IRS scrutiny, and the IRS is notoriously difficult to work with. So they're just it's like, nah, not dealing with this. We're just going to leave that whole market unto itself.
This is bearish news a bit. However, like you mentioned earlier, it's kind of bullish news because as we figure it out how to communicate, the people that are working in positions of authority and power in those jurisdictions, they're trying to figure out how to do their jobs around this new technology. And the people working in the new technology, whether it's Nexo or Celsius, they're trying to figure out how to communicate with them what they're offering so that everyone can move forward. So it is good news that we're seeing communication and things happening between these entities. That in itself is, as we figured out. Because look, three years ago, a few years ago, nobody would have talked about the SEC or state attorney generals, even giving the time of day to crypto projects as if they were even real. Now it's being treated as something that is real and needs to be
a threat that we have to worry about.
Right. So I think we definitely hit that up. I was going to mention one more thing. If you don't know, Celsius, I believe Nexo as well, but these are centralized exchanges in a sense, like Coinbase. Coinbase was recently told they couldn't offer their lending product, right? And what we're finding is that these crypto services like Celsius or like Coinbase that have shares publicly traded, they have a CEO, they have a company, their corporate model, that they are the ones that are more at risk for being attacked as violating because they're kind of umbrellaed under the corporate model, where you have other DeFi projects that have no CEO.
Right.
It's
it's a matter of low hanging fruit, right? So if you have a centralized structure to your organization, it's got points of failure,
right,
and places that can be subpoenaed and on and on and on. Whereas if it's not designed that way, then you really don't. There's nothing to go after. So I agree with. It's totally going to be the centralized protocols are the ones that are going to have the most to fear from this kind of thing.
Sure. All right, where should we go to next on the list of topics?
Let's talk about Terra. There's over 160 projects that are going to be launching on Terra early next year. This article is fantastic. There's an image that's pulled from Twitter that we should click on if you want and pull it up.
Right here? Oh, I love this. I do.
I
do. I've seen this before. I think I have this downloaded. This is cool.
These are all the projects that are going to be part of this ecosystem.
Yeah. Let's. This is worth letting it download.
Yep. So I'll read a little bit about it while we're talking.
Cool.
Or while we're looking and waiting for that. What's going on? So there's an upgrade coming called Columbus 5, and it's going to launch the IBC, or the Inter-Blockchain Communication Protocol, and the wormhole support for Terra. And this is going to basically make it possible for a giant bridging of this whole ecosystem, including, let me go to the section in the article. So the integration is going to, here we are. Similarly, Wormhole is a cross-chain bridge to Solana, Ethereum, and Binance Smart Chain that enables Terra assets like UST to be seamlessly ported to some of the largest chains by TVL, total volume locked, end users in the entire industry. So what we're doing is we're building a cross-chain here. That's what Wormhole is. And this is fantastic. And we already are big fans of Terra and Luna, and just because that's one of the more decentralized and better designed stablecoins that exists, and then the fact that they're being brought into the Cosmos ecosystem. This is just really a lot of development and interoperability. It's just what you want to see in DeFi. You guys got anything to add?
I'm just blown away. I know I've been Columbus 5 and Cosmos. We are very bullish, and this is actually why we're bullish on it. And people have been talking about this, seeing it actually come out and functioning. Bridging Solana, we know how much DeFi is locked on Ethereum. I mean, it's the largest. It has the largest value locked in all of DeFi smart contract platforms. Solana is one of the top blue chips, active smart contract platform, huge NFT community, and it is very successful. And of course, Binance Smart Chain, one of the first EVM layer 2 kind of models to help move things along from Ethereum. That is cool in and of itself, bridging those. But what you just mentioned earlier, I hope if you're already in crypto, you may appreciate this. If you're new, understand that the UST, the Luna stablecoin, is virtually the only decentralized stablecoin in all of crypto and blockchain. It is potentially the only blockchain stablecoin, if you want to talk about reasons to be bullish about Luna Terra. And we actually have had politicians in different jurisdictions come out and speak about those which are centralized and not decentralized. So now what does this mean when we pull up this graph? I think this is it right here. And what does it mean to Cosmos and all of the IBC, inter-blockchain communication. That's what it is, right? And what's beautiful about the IBC is it allows all these different blockchains, separate blockchains, not layers, individual blockchains, because they are built in that Cosmos Tendermint ecosystem. They can all bridge port seamlessly to each other without depending upon the security of the other blockchain. So it's beautiful. And what Luna Terra UST ecosystem is, it brings that stable coin liquidity to all these other projects that are connected to it.
So that's bullish all the way around.
Oh yeah.
So that's bullish. And
I knew you'd like this article.
Over 160 projects launching on Terra Luna alone. They're one of the projects. We just did a video on airdrops and how to get free crypto. Yes. We are going to be doing this week how to actually download the wallet and get involved in stake. So we will walk you through, if you're brand new or if you've been in crypto and you're not familiar with DeFi or other than Ethereum, we're going to walk you through how to use these Web 3.0 protocols, how to stake it. And what's exciting is you're going to be able to see the interest you earn every day. You'll be able to look at your resources and watch the growth on chain and access it. Where I was going to say with this, you guys know that Luna and Cosmos are two of the ecosystems that are coming out and saying, hey, we are going to support those who support us in the coming years. So if you're staking on our network, you're getting airdrops. I don't know about all 160 of these projects, but some of those projects, if you're staking on Luna, they're going to give you free tokens. Out of 160, is it 50? Is it 100? Is it 20? I don't know. And will all of them be successful? How much? I don't know that either. But just by being a member of the community, you will open yourself up to exposure on all those projects. That's just on Luna. Cosmos, the same. And all right. Yeah, this is an awesome.
Very cool.
This is a very cool article. We might have to do another video just on this.
On this one, yeah.
All right.
Well, there's another article right next to this.
Yeah,
let's also very fascinating.
Here we go.
Do you want to say something?
Jake, go ahead, brother.
I wasn't going to say anything, no.
Okay.
All right. Well, Nervos is launching a cross-chain bridge connecting Ethereum to Cardano. So that's big because Cardano's kind of been floundering in the last few weeks. It's had some great news about the Alonzo White upgrade. I think
that was a few months ago, and it popped.
Yeah, or the purple maybe, anyway, and they're smart chain compatible, but then the price kind of sold off a little bit, and I feel like we're kind of waiting around for that next big piece of news to hit, and this seems to be this is a very good sign. I don't know if it's a go out and buy moment, but in terms of long-term development, Cardano and bridging Cardano and Ethereum together, that's huge.
Oh yeah, big time. I think anything that's interoperable with any of the big names, Ethereum, Bitcoin, any of the top 100 tokens, you're doing a good job.
Yep.
It's interesting. So I've heard about Nervos. I need to look more into them and what they do. Are they decentralized? How centralized is their bridge? But it is really cool that you see that not only have they're working Ethereum to Cardano, but they're looking to bridge to other non-EVM public chains in the future. So, such as Bitcoin, Polkadot,
Yes.
EOS, and Tron. So that's bullish. That's bullish for Nervos and that community, because that's what we're seeing right now. The article that you did earlier in the week, Jacob, when we were talking about the dams and that crossing liquidity, it's really what we're going to see, all these projects that can bring communities together. Right now, you've got all these compartmentalized liquidity pools. You've got all these compartmentalized ecosystems, and it's the bridges that can take the group and the value over here. It can take the US dollars over here and bridge them together to allow the people on the different networks equal access. That's where we're seeing a lot of the value in these bridges. So,
oh yeah, the velocity of money
Exactly.
adds to the value.
absolutely.
Oh yeah, big time.
And
The network effects as well.
one cool thing about Force Bridge is that they say it only takes one simple smart contract deployment to begin asset movement, which in the world of current cross-chain bridges, it can be complex with different smart contracts operating behind the scenes. And what they've simplified, they're simplifying the bridge to make it faster and cost less. So yeah, this is good news for Ethereum and for Cardano holders. Beyond that, it's going to take Cardano to develop a lot more on its ecosystem. It just seems to be behind that. Alonzo News still lagging behind with products. But I haven't dipped my toes too much in it. So someone could be swimming in the deep end right now saying, what are you talking about? I got Cardano, liquidity providing on this DEX. If you're big into Cardano and you know a lot about the ecosystem, please, by all means, drop some places to look so we can explore and see what's being developed on there right now. But I'm going to go back to this article because this is kind of connected to what you had before. You brought this. Do you know a little bit about this, Ryan?
Yeah, I do. Let me pull it up. I don't know what happened to here it is.
Cosmos Starter Roadmap.
Cosmos Starter Roadmap. Yeah, so this roadmap just came out. When was it for the next year, I suppose. Yeah, Q4 2021 and beyond. So yeah, this is great. They are. You read a little bit about it. They're just a fundraiser. They're creating a launch pad, and for people to develop applications and dApps and things, and to kind of try out before it becoming something adopted. And so Cosmos Starter is the name. They're already raised. How much money did they raise? I want to say 90,000. Yeah, so $90,000 has been raised over 50 individuals. They're going to do a community sale coming up of 180,000 in tokens. So that might be something to look into. This is the cool part. It's initially going to be listed on an EVM compatible chain, but then they're going to convert it and bridge it over to Cosmos,
Right.
the IBC protocol. So what they're doing is kind of showing a use case of how easy it is to convert from whatever mainnet a coin may be on and over to an IBC enabled chain, to see that migration and how easy it is. And that's one of the big deals that this is about. So migrating from ERC20 to a CW20 token.
Sure.
There's some partnerships they're creating. There's going to be a DEX coming. DAO. There's a DAO foundation or protocol for decision making. Multi-chain. It's going to be part of the Cosmos ecosystem. So yeah, all in all, this looks like a kind of like a Polka starter kind of thing for Cosmos, I guess you would say.
Yeah, this is, and it's kind of a symbol. What we're really seeing, and we'll continue if you want to stay up on the Cosmos IBC ecosystem, and I've been feeling this for a few months now. What we're really seeing, Secret Network, Akash Network, DVPN, we are seeing this ecosystem mature and take off, and it's starting to go through the phases that we saw other platforms doing before, having bug bounties and having fundraisers to get people over to their chain to develop. Right now, Cosmos is saying, hey, we're ready for developers. We're ready for researchers to come and build value on our chain. So to help start projects, we've got a pool of money for you. And that's bullish news. All of this that you've been saying has just got me excited, right? I mean, Cosmos migrating its ERC20, getting people right now into the Ethereum, into that EVM ecosystem. It could be through Binance, somewhere else, and have those low transaction fees. But showing people how this wormhole, showing people how this new bridge works, and having them move over to the CW20 token, that's awesome. That's awesome. What's even more awesome is you don't have to choose between providing liquidity and staking to earn rewards, because they have a special staking feature, a first of its kind for CSMS token holders. If you stake your tokens for upcoming token sales, will also have their CSMS added to the validator staking pools. So you will be able to be open for those token sales, but you will also be earning the staking rewards through the delegator that you stake through. So this is another beautiful feature to attract people to eco. This is just really cool. Congratulations to everyone in Cosmos and the eco. I mean, it's just I'm excited.
I'd love to see Wise Token jump into this as a partner on the IBC. That'd be great because of the low fees.
That would be great.
We need to bring that up next time we're in front of one of those guys from that great protocol. Something to mention.
Oh yeah.
We'll add it to the partnerships.
Yeah, for sure.
So, all right, we've really hammered Cosmos IBC. That's not what the whole live stream's about. What's this news on Panther Protocol?
Okay, yeah. So talk about that. So Panther Protocol, the end-to-end privacy solution, it's a layer. They're trying to work on a Web3. It's a privacy protocol. They're teaming up in a partnership with Kudelski Security, which is someone I never heard of, but it's apparently a leading comprehensive cybersecurity company. And they're going to partner up. They use one of the core tenets of the Kudelski ecosystem has always been secret management within chips and root of trust, protection of digital artifacts, and other kind of secrecy related things. And they're using Panther Protocol's tech. Specifically their I think it's the ZK rollups. I want to say, when you're scanning the article, ZK snarks. They're using the ZK snarks and zero knowledge that protocol, that technology to kind of buffer or bolster their secrecy products that they have now. So this partnership is going to roll out in the UK. Eventually, will come to the US. It's more. I don't know how much this is going to benefit. In terms of like what kind of blockchain solutions are going to come out of this, but it's definitely good for Panther to see like an institutionalized, a firm that makes money, an enterprise that makes their money in security, just to target Panther for a partnership. That really does show that protocol is on the right track with privacy. So yeah, I'm definitely bullish on Panther.
We did just do a video on Panther, so if you'd like to know a little bit more about Panther Protocol, go check our videos out on Wise Beyond Bitcoin, and you'll see a little bit more about it. What does this also say? We just did a video on this, Jacob. You've really been helping educate people on the layer solutions from ZK Snarks, ZK Rollup, ZK Sync, the whole ZK world are different layer solutions. So isn't it neat to see Panther also using the ZK Snark technology when we just got through doing a video, which I think will be out tomorrow. I hope it'll be published tomorrow. That's a plan. But talking about the dams and bringing liquidity over from different ZK ZK exchanges,
protocols,
so to speak.
protocols, yeah.
Yeah, and so the interesting thing is it really unlocks that liquidity. So the liquidity locked up within Panther is going to be able to be moving, free flowing throughout all these other ZK solutions.
Like
so
Unisync.
all of these dexes are just going to have liquidity that's just going to cross over.
Very cool. Good
cool.
find, man. Good find, Ryan. This is awesome. I love it when we find articles that continue talking about projects that we're covering too. So it's just neat to see other things that are happening. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Is this New Genesis worth talking about? No. Am I too early on this? Should we go?
We can talk about this. I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about it, but it's a new platform. It's supposed to be better for risk. There's gasless NFT transactions, and one of the things they were saying is that the gas fees on Ethereum are making it such that some of the NFTs are kind of static. They're not being sold. There's not a lot of on some of them, obviously. Others, it's not the case, and gas fees don't matter. But on a few, the gas fees are kind of swamping the interest, I guess, and you would say. So instead of it moving up in value and trading hands, it's just kind of sitting there. So this platform is looking to do gasless NFT exchanges, and what else? There's going to be I think a way of kind of rating your NFT similar to what Rarible was, like a scoring system, but that's that goes without saying. You'd want to have that. This looks deserves to be looked at. I'm not sure it's going to be how great it is. It's something that it'll be worth taking a look at. The gas fees are what jumps out at me here.
Well, that's huge, right? Because when transactional gas fees of 300 are not uncommon in the NFT world, hello, $300. That means if you have an NFT worth $50, $10, $100, $250, you can't send it because the gas fee to send it is just as expensive. I mean,
Right.
So that's
another platform that's a lot like this too is Immutable X with their gasless transactions. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of layer 2 solutions move to this model where they're trying to address these gas fees, these scalability issues.
Very cool. Yeah, good heads up on that.
Yeah.
Immutable X.
Immutable X and also New Genesis, they're layer solutions. Because look, this is what happens. When cars were invented, people were like, dang, man, I keep getting bugs in my face. Someone's like, man, let's come out with a windshield. Oh, all of a sudden, everyone's coming out with these new windshields. People are realizing the problems in the ecosystems, and you're having multiple solutions. It's not just who's going to be the one. There are multiple layer 2s to help NFTs come off of that bloated, expensive, slow Ethereum chain and move on somewhere else where they can send it for free and instantaneously. And of course, that's good for us because if there's only one of them that does that and they end up having issues or having a hack or having a bug, everyone gets hosed. But in the case where you have different solutions, different platforms solve the problem, they kind of compete with each other to make sure that the other ones are doing what they can, or else they'll lose their market share. So
yeah, it spreads out the risk for sure.
Totally. Very good find. I kind of want to stick to NFTs now.
Okay.
Since we just did that, we've got a couple things to talk about on NFTs. You had another, and I think it's right here. Boom. The first move.
This was Solana. This is on Solana. It's the first move to earn NFT game. It's Genopets is I believe the NFT. Genopets. Anyway.
Oh, Solana, isn't that one of them that you found the article that are working with the wormhole? It's Ethereum, Solana, and Binance Smart Chain.
Yep, that's right.
With the IBC. So for those of you who are like, which blockchain platforms are Solana, Cosmos, Luna? You're finding a lot of synchronicity. Okay, pardon me, brother.
Okay, yeah. So in this game, you mint your NFT. You don't have to buy it like Axie Infinity, where you have to purchase the NFT. What else is there? They're free to mint. But then there are purchase items you can after you get your character. Then there's other things you can buy. But it's essentially a free to play at the base level, and then you play to earn, right? So you can earn NFTs. You can earn wearable tech things. You can earn tools and in-game items, all kinds of things that enhance your performance. So this is an attempt to create that metaverse kind of world building where there's a functional in-game economy and where I think we're going to talk more about that in a minute with Jacob, where that could go. But this does seem to be interesting, and Solana's dipping their toe in this metaverse world.
And Solana's been one of the pioneers in the NFT world as well. They came out pretty quickly on their chain with NFTs and markets to exchange. So this is good news, bullish news, and it's in our NFT section. Which is that the last one you had, Ryan, on NFTs?
No, I have one more.
Is it this one?
This is the last one. Lush Sucks.
Yeah.
Yes. So this guy is a street artist, kind of like Banksy, someone who takes graffiti art to another level, makes art out of it. Well, I mean, all graffiti art is art on some level, but this is like on a different level, like on a Banksy level. So this cat is he's from Australia, and he's working with some major auction house. I believe it was Christie's in the article, and he's going to be taking his art and making a meme out of it. And he's targeted a lot of his art's like celebrity mashups. So he did one of like 50 Cent and Mike Tyson, and he called it 50 Cent, which is hilarious. And there's just all kinds of little very 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 funny art pieces that look like they're perfect memes.
Yeah.
And so this is his platform. This is launching on is going to be drp.io. And it's going to come out. It's not out yet. It's coming out later on. There's a link at the bottom of the article. So anyway, it could be popular because of how funny this is. This guy's a cat. He's a character, So it's something to look at if you're looking at NFTs and wanting to know what's coming up. This might be something to take a look at.
Very good find. Very good find. I know Jacob's paying attention. He's our NFT aficionado. Speaking of.
Yeah.
We got some really awesome news in our NFT section from Jacob, and might I take us right to the white paper?
Yeah, go for it.
Bam.
Millionaire Mars.
Let's talk about this.
Yeah. So Millionaire Mars is a play to earn game, and I really, really love what they're aiming to do. So in short, this is a play-to-earn game where every aspect, every in-game item is essentially going to be an NFT that holds some type of value within the game. So a great example is when you're playing the game, you actually need to have food, you need to have water, and you create waste. But that waste is actually utilized with like the Martian soil to create a soil that you can then harvest foods and crops with. And so every little aspect of the game kind of ties right back into itself as an in-game economy. And so it's really interesting because this game is designed to help get an idea of like a model for the potential impacts of a universal basic income. And it's crazy because you can allow a universal basic income with no physical labor through playing these games that have these rich economies that are built in. And this game here is essentially like a Sim City game. It's a city builder essentially. You're just allocating certain resources to be able to build up your settlements, build up your land that you're working on, and as you expand in the game, you get more valuable items.
You know what I like about this is that this is just a more modern and up-to-date and technologically interesting version of what's been going on in economics for a long time, probably since the 60s. So they'll take a game theory and they'll design a certain game with a certain set of rules, and then they'll actually run it, make it live, get a bunch of people to come in and participate, or they'll have computers simulate people interacting. And then they'll be able to model like what kind of changes happen when you shift the rules in this game, given these constraints and given the game theory. And so it's the same thing that's going on here, except instead of doing it in a real boring academic way, they're doing it in a much more interesting way because it's made to be enjoyable. It's a game instead of just something that's supposed to be an exercise in a laboratory. So yeah, I think this is fantastic. But the concept is really an old concept. It's getting something and modeling the impact of a change, and using people in a game context to see how they interact and to see what changes come from that. It's an old idea, but it's cool that technology is making it possible, and blockchain's making it possible for us to take these experiments and scale them up way beyond what was possible in a classroom, or in a economics department a few years ago.
Sure.
Just because now it's global. You're crowdsourcing the players across the world. You're not relying on a small sample size of whatever economics students are in that class at the time. So yeah, I find that part of this really fascinating.
I do too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I was going to say this is going to lead to other game theory blockchain models you can see taking place through the virtual metaverse. It's just the beginning of solving real world problems here first. It's like a ground floor of being able to practice ideas and see how they work out, which is why it says the game is designed to help model the potential impacts of UBI, right? In a virtualized play to earn economy. This is interesting to say the least. I also think that Elon Musk is probably going to be, now this is no news source other than just me thinking this. Elon Musk is probably going to be one of the original adopters and gamers on this platform, because I think he may end up using this game theory to figure out how he will make Mars trips successful.
That'd be on brand.
Maybe he'll be out here like, I don't know the best way to do the resources. Let me see what they figure out over here. Oh, okay, I need to do that. Yeah, so this will be good for him and the whole SpaceX and all them who are trying to figure out how to survive in a place that's not meant to be survived. Difficult.
They'll have the UBI layer figured out. Yeah. Nothing else. Right.
So that's good, but there's more to it because it's not. That's
actually, before you go on, there's actually a few things I'd like to go through first. If you could actually scroll down on the other side, on the left-hand side there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, if you could go down to the team.
Oh,
I'd just like to give a shout out and thank someone really quick. So, Mitch actually happens to be a personal friend of mine who I've been playing games with for a little over a year and a half now. And it's kind of funny because I met him in this space, this crypto space, as just a guy I play games with, right? Like play to earn games with. Well, turns out about a year ago, he expressed that he wanted to build a game. And it's so great seeing that he's not only building a game, but this is one of the most well thought out white papers, the most in-depth white papers that I've seen in a play to earn game at all. I mean, everything from how the game functions, the game economy, the aspects of the game, the fact that they want to build a token, everything is just laid out right in front of you. And a lot of these blockchain games, their business model is a bit different. Case in point, not to talk down on any one game, but a model like Guild of Guardians, for example, where they're building out the assets and they're letting all of the gamers, all of the people in their ecosystem really build the lore and the story behind it. They're just building the mechanisms of this game. This game here is already a completed game that they're putting together that's focusing on the economy aspect. And I think that's the more important part if you're trying to see these big waves of adoption. I mean, look at games like World of Warcraft. Look at games that have these rich economies.
Well, it says here he has 12 years of professional game and economy design experience. So that shows you that this didn't just come from a fluke, just a chance that he I'm going to create this and just have it be somebody with no background. Mm-hmm. That the fact that it's so well done is somewhat of a product of all that experience.
Especially when you look at the CEO, the CTO, the principal architect, the founders in general, just have a very long, solid background. in gaming and
Yeah,
in these kinds
some
of.
Farmville, that Mafia Wars, that pops out at me. I never played those,
Yeah.
but they were popular back, on Facebook.
What's crazy
I've
is
heard of
a lot of
MySpace.
these people, they actually came from places like Zynga.
MySpace.
Yeah, Mitch used to work for, or he used to work in the free-to-play space. And when we first met him, we were always talking about play-to-earn games and how it's going to be this big movement. Push comes to shove about a year later, and it's like you're hearing all these crazy things about Axie Infinity, and you're hearing all about this and that game,
Yep, here you are.
Do you know which
Here
one of
he
these is Mitch?
Yeah, Mitch. He's actually a personal friend of mine. I actually met him playing blockchain games.
Is he in this picture?
Let me see. I can't really get a good view on
your screen. It's too small.
my screen.
There's a group of founders or the community around.
No, it doesn't look like he's in there.
Maybe it's just a random group. These are everyone building a community in Nevada. I mean Mars. You can
Right.
see the background. So that's cool. All right, but now may I show people what you have
Yeah.
ready? Okay, so let's say you're like, okay, Lucas, Jacob, Ryan, this all sounds cool. I'm really interested. I want to get involved. Well, obviously, we'll leave the links below. Get involved, Discord. You can communicate with people directly, but you can actually secure yourself some land, some space, a plot in this new ecosystem through NFTs. And is that did I say that right? Am I right?
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna let you say the rest. So
It's basically what he's calling it is a founder's token, which is essentially if you purchase one of these, you're guaranteed 6 plots of land, and a couple other amenities, a couple other resources, depending on how many people purchase the founder's tokens. Which right now there's 720 available. So there's a lot available. There's only 250 that were sold. But as more get sold, the items that you get actually increase as far as the resources. So not on top of just getting land within the game, now you have resources which are going to help kickstart your experience in this game before anybody else.
That's cool.
and I don't have this website up at the moment, but you'll notice that they are charging in Wax.
See that.
Wax Protocol. Wax is a token. Wax Protocol is, I believe this is obviously it's built on Ethereum because that's where all these NFTs. But Wax is one of the early NFT protocols that are built on Ethereum. So when you go to Wax, even the Bday, who's one of the largest cryptocurrency ambassadors on YouTube, Bday, he also has, I don't know if I have Wax Cloud Wallet. Let's see. It's been a long time since I rock and rolled on this Wax. See what it looks like. But when you go to Wax Protocol, you have you sign in with an email and a password. Which shucks, I'm not going to go through this right now. I'll do it later. We'll do a project. We'll do a video on Wax. But it's a beautiful ecosystem that gives you access to trading and acquiring these NFTs, not just in what we're covering now with the Million Mars. Is it Million Mars? Million on Mars. So Million on Mars, this is where you're going to go to pick up these NFTs. You're going to come out to Wax and you'll be able to purchase them there and trade them there and exchange them and sell them there as well. So that's something to look at. I just noticed that when we came over here, it tells you right there. So that's why, if you're wondering, why am I paying in Wax? That's why you're paying in Wax. It's to support that NFT protocol.
Makes sense, yeah.
This is cool. I don't know what they're going to do. I just know in the history of crypto and blockchain, most likely if you're one of the early, if you acquire one of these NFTs, and there's a good chance that you may be airdropped and supported with some stuff later for being one of the early founder coin holders. I'm not saying that they're going to do that, but already it seems that there's enough perks and benefits in the game for being an early founders coin holder with the plots and resources. Either way, solid background to the team, solid background for the game. Like you said, Ryan, I'm the economic modeling aspect. I just think it's so cool that we now have these systems where because of the NFT, because of the value, the earn to play that you're bringing up, Jacob, these earn to play ecosystems, they used to have to, do you remember in academia where they would ask people, hey, can we borrow you for $10 an hour or $15 an hour?
Right.
Like
Right.
literally you used to have to go out and hound people, call people. We're trying to run an experiment and we need a bunch of people. So can you come over here? And then there's a whole bunch of issues and problems you have with the bias and working through that.
Selection bias and everything.
But now you've got these models, these systems where they're it's just built to play. And the game theory of the model has everyone who comes in to work it out, they can just sit back and watch the actors do their thing and even
it's a more natural experiment.
Definitely.
Sure.
So okay, we covered that I think pretty good on the NFTs. Dang, this has been a good one. You have something else on Solana that we missed over.
Yeah, let's go touch on that. So Solana had a hackathon. Apparently Nova Finance is the winner, and there's been a $3 million raised in this hackathon. And who participated? A bunch of capital, a bunch of institutional firms. And so what is Nova? It's a programmable asset framework which allows people to access DeFi without having to learn complicated financial management skills, right? So it helps. It's going to be an assistant to kind of help you create a portfolio. It'll have different strategies that it'll generate, and you can choose dollar cost averaging, take profit signals. And so I guess what we're looking at here is a bit of a platform to assist people in their decision making when it comes to DeFi. So I find that to be pretty cool, to be honest with you. I've made some mistakes that I looking back wouldn't have made if I knew hindsight's 2020. So to have an assistant, somebody there to looking over your shoulder, to say, hey, maybe you should take profit, or maybe maybe this would be a better strategy to get yield or whatever. That would be invaluable to me. And to do it on a DeFi foundation, that's really cool. All in all, this is awesome.
You're onto something. I think really that's going to be the solution in the future to the winning protocols are those who are the most user friendly, who have the best user interface, that's the most ease. Right now, if you want to provide liquidity, first you have to understand what that means and why it's even necessary. Like, why do I want to provide liquidity? What does that do? How does that help an exchange? So to go from the era of signing to allow this exchange to see link, signing to allow them to use your link, sign this contract to provide, it can be complex and daunting for most people. So it can get to a point where it just says, press a button.
Right.
And
it should be that way eventually.
It'll be just like that. Press a button and we'll do this for you, and press a button here and we'll do that for you. So that they're building this, and this is very bullish for decentralized finance on top of Solana. It's just another great bullish move. Solana, they definitely keep coming up. I like these names of protocols that keep coming up with improvement in building. So that's good.
Indeed.
We already covered this, right? I just had the article up twice. I did. I'm going to get rid of New Genesis.
The last story is the one on Shade and the airdrop, which we kind of saving for last.
Yeah, save the best for last, because we did make a video on this if you want to know more about it. But this is such a big deal. We're going to talk about it on our way out again right now.
Might as well, right?
Do it, brother.
All right, so Shade Protocol they are airdropping 1,450,000 Shade to Secret, Atom, and Luna stakers. Shade is on the Secret network, and this opportunity is going to be for people who stake from over a 36-day period. It's between November 7th through December 13th, and you can stake one or all three, and you can get 3 different airdrops. And so
So it starts on December 13th?
Yeah. No. Ends on December 13th.
Or ends on
November 7th.
Let me move us back over here, gentlemen. Pardon me.
Sure.
Okay. Now, here, you can see these little stats right here. Airdrop starts November 7th. It ends December 13th. For more information, you'll click there. The total value of Shade platform is Secret Network, which they've been around, Tor Bear, they've been around for quite a while in the background with a very, very strong, solid community, knowing the value of privacy. And that's why we'll have to talk to Tor Bear in the future, because he's one of those people in the ecosystem that I very admire. Those who foresee the problems with blockchain and crypto and are working ahead of time to solve it. And what I mean is privacy. Privacy is the pink elephant in the room that's not talked about of the trilemma. The trilemma talks about security, scalability, and decentralization. Does not talk about privacy. And in public public blockchains, anyone can find an address and run analytics and follow it.
Sure.
So being able to return back to where people have that power of privacy of exchanges, that they don't want everything being on it. Sometimes you do. If it's for your whatever business, your whatever you want, everything that you don't even have to waste time doing the accounting anymore because it's all in a public ledger. It's all right there. That's great. But there are also exchanges that aren't done for commercial purposes and are just interpersonal exchanges that there's no need for ledgers, and you surely don't want ledgers so that everyone else in the world can find the address. But how many chips did you buy that week? You drank a what? I don't. So
double-sided dildo, huh? What?
Yeah.
None of your business.
No. I think we
No, it is not.
I think we had an audio.
One thing before we jump off this, we should highlight this one little part about this number 7 in that step-by-step guide.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna, if you stake outside the top 10 nodes, and if you don't stake with a 0 commission base node inside the top 25, you'll get an extra airdrop bonus. So a little cherry on top. So that's something.
So we will, and if you're like, what does that mean? Don't worry about it, because we're going to have a video that shows you how to stake. And when we show you how to stake on that video this week on Kepler Wallet and these different protocols, it's so easy to look at the commission rates. It's so easy to look at who's not in the top 25 that you'll be able to pick and do it easily yourself. So this is the coolest thing about Shade Protocol. You might have already mentioned this. In the history of airdrops, you had to have just been a lucky member who was a part of it and just found out, hindsight 2020, they would always tell you after the fact, right? They would say, oh, anybody who was a part of this network, you're going to get an airdrop. And that didn't benefit people who had no idea. It was too late. What's really cool about Cosmos, Secret, Luna, they're saying, hey, we want to do this different. We want to give people an opportunity to come and earn airdrops and be a part of these networks. So if you are staking and you're supporting these networks on these days, you're going to earn these tokens. But what's cooler about the tokens is what this is. This is some of the 3 biggest tenants in blockchain, in crypto, in DeFi. These are some of the 3. You want to talk about forget trilemma. This is called a trifecta. The trilemma has just been replaced with a trifecta. And what's that trifecta? Ryan, you know what it is. What does Secret do? What does that do?
It's private.
That's privacy.
That's the privacy layer.
Atom's the security layer.
Efficiency layer too, right?
Yep.
Scalability.
And then you've got Luna.
The decentralization.
And the stable coin.
And the stable coin,
yeah,
right?
The decentralized stable coin.
Right.
Yeah.
Decentralized
so we've got fungibility to cash in and cash out through a decentralized mechanism. We've got the scalability and the network to build it on, the ecosystem, and we've got the privacy layers with it. So Shade Protocol being built on one of the more prominent blue chip secure ecosystems that we see now is just starting to mature and roll out a whole bunch of really neat products. Shade Protocol is going to be the first DEX of its kind, and it is, if you want to have free Shade tokens, join these communities, support them, stake them. If you already know how to do it, good for you. Go do it and hit the like button on your way out. If you don't know how to do it, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, so that we can walk you through the step-by-step guide so that you've got plenty of time to get yourself staked and secured in these wallets before this airdrop happens, and more, because there are more airdrops. In fact, airdrops.io, we're going to link this below. This whole website will take you to
all the airdrops that are coming.
All the exclusive airdrops. Well, look, I can't access those. I'm not exclusive yet, and a lot of them expired. Let's see what's the latest. It'll tell you the latest. It'll tell you what's hot. You know, what's the hot airdrops? I don't know. If I want to know, I'll come over here and click it. So that's cool. Airdrops is a good resource, and yeah, basic attention token. Interesting. Okay.
Oh, okay. They're doing an airdrop. Nice.
Is that right? We'll see. This was a. Oh, when is this? It just caught my eye.
Yeah.
You can earn by claiming. Okay, 24. Yeah, I will. We don't have to spend too much time on this one right now.
But yeah, general airdrops are really can be very good way to kind of build your position. I know Uniswap gave away a good amount of money with their Uni airdrop.
They were the first ones, I think, to kind of pioneer that.
The first, yeah.
Oh, this is interesting. You know how we were talking about Wormhole earlier?
Yeah.
So apparently Wormhole has a possible airdrop. It says right here, Wormhole doesn't have a token yet and could possibly have one in the future. There's speculation that there may be an airdrop to users who use their cross-chain functionality.
Oh, huge, brother. And I would say
that would be huge.
Well, no, if you use the Avalanche bridge, you earned an airdrop. There are many bridges that if you earn it, you will earn a free airdrop. So that makes complete sense. That
So we need to get on. So that Wormhole bridge, we just need to, even a small amount of money, bridging would be worth
any
doing.
amount. It's not about the amount of money. Well, why did I type in Wormhole like that's going to do anything? That's going to take me to so many dumb sci-fi websites. Wormhole. Okay. What was the? Where was that at? Where did you find
what finance or something?
Latest airdrops, and you scroll all the way down to the bottom.
Okay. So in Wormhole, that's what we were just talking about, being the technology that's connecting Cosmos and Ethereum and Solana. That's a big deal. Oh, it's over here. Okay. Latest. Let me go to the latest, and it's the bottom of the latest. All right. Let me check this out because that's. Where is this Wormhole?
Show more.
Oh. You guys.
Making me do all this work.
All right, now where is this Wormhole? I clicked everywhere. I got to do show more again. All right. Man, this is good. Hey, by the way, this is how many airdrops are out there. Komodo, I want in on that. Juno, that's old. That's already happened.
For Adam.
Show more. How far did you go? Show more. Jacob, how many times did you click show more before you found it? I'm just impressed.
It should have been just right there. Hold up.
Okay.
If you just go to the latest airdrops, it just
latest.
says,
I'm in the latest.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's right under Nightlife Crypto. It's on the front page.
Oh, okay, there's.
Here's Nightlife. I'm showing Storm Gang.
Yeah. You must be on the new Web3.
Man, they're blocked. I've been blocked. They're blocking Wise Beyond Bitcoin from seeing the Wormhole. No, they're not. I'm making that up. Let me refresh the page. We'll figure it out. Either way, we'll get the link and we'll send it. We'll list it. We'll do a video on it because that is going to be a bridge to use for sure. One more try.
Indeed.
Yeah, no. All right. Hey, guys, this was great. We covered a lot. What's going on in the market, what's going on in crypto. I know that we've got some more videos that are going to be coming out this week. We've already got 2 made on ZK and Uniseek. Thank you for that, Jacob. That's some awesome stuff.
We're going to work on the Luna, Atom, and Secret Staking videos, too.
Luna, Atom, Secret Staking, Wormhole, Bridge,
the bridge,
how to use that. So, if you want to get your hands clean, instead of getting them dirty in traditional finance, if you want to get them clean in that transparent open source world of, get rid of spam, of blockchain, then we love your support. It is still Ryan's birthday. Address below, the month of love. It's going to end. This is the last one. So if you're appreciative of the research and the support and the insights that Ryan has, you can send him love directly below. Let's see what else. It's not financial advice. We're just having a good time, and we look forward to share more content. You can also support us, the whole channel, all 3 of us, if you want to send some love to the links below. But you can also just drop a comment and say, thanks, guys, or whatever, thumbs up, all that good stuff. If you think someone in your family or friends likes to learn about this, you can share the video. I think that helps those algorithms too. We might be changing our name to Shadow Band. Hashtag Shadow Band, so people understand why we have such a low view count. No, I'm just kidding. But I did see, I will say this, no jest. I did see a certain point in our videos on YouTube algorithm where it just cut down like by a few hundred on a certain date.
Okay, yeah.
So I do feel that the consistency that we do with all these videos, it will help get us back out there for people in the Bitcoin crypto education field. So it all helps. Hey, thanks you guys for jumping on, and I know all of us, it takes a little bit of time out of the day to share a little crypto love, but it's always a pleasure.
No worries. Always look forward to it.
Always.
We'll be back next week. We'll have some videos uploaded between now and then. Monday live streams every Monday, but look out for some small videos between now and then.
Yeah, you can come check out our channel, Bitcoin ETF, airdrops. What in the IMF are they talking about? You'll have to come find out. Till the next time, have a beautiful day. Namaste.
Cool.
Right on.
Sweet. That was awesome, guys. I'm going to go immediately and edit that so that